Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. My name is Christy and this is Phoenix Skin. Today we are going to be making lemon and poppy seed soap. So today I will be trying to do my voice while I go ahead and do the video, hence my hands moving. So in here I have my oils, which is almond oil, castor oil, coconut oil, olive oil, and shea butter. The little white flakes that you see right here, that is kaolin clay. I also have added my sodium lactate, and my citric acid. As I mentioned before, citric acid is good for the lather of the soap, but I did feel a difference when I did lather the soap with the citric acid. So I'm just going to use my immersion blender. I'm just going to go ahead and mix these up before I add my lye, and I'll explain why the lye looks like this in a minute. I also wanted to note that I am soaping at about 80 degrees today. I wanted to try doing that because, as I mentioned in my previous videos, I like to soap when everything is at room temperature. I'll show you. Okay, so that's 91 and this is 80. So usually about 10 degrees in difference. And then this lye water looks like this because I'm using lemongrass floral water in this. I wanted to try using a floral water, so I'm using that and water, and then my lye is in here. So I usually add the two together and then go ahead and add your lye. You can do it the other way around too. You can just do your lye with water and then add the floral water after, so that you don't get this on top. But I realize when I do use floral waters, I do get, like, this is different from the lye lint, so which I'm okay with. So I'll go ahead and add my lye. And always remember to just put your lye container a little further away from you because you don't want to knock it over. So I'll go ahead and mix this in. Today we will be using two colors, and I'll show you that in a minute. I don't have to try to get all of the specks out like in this goal, because I will be mixing in the colors and the fragrance oil in a bit. So I will just leave it here because I don't want it to get any thicker than this, since I will be mixing again. So I'll go ahead and separate my colors, and then we'll go ahead and put it in the mold. So I am going to be using yellow for the base. I'm going to also leave some of it not colored, and then one of it I will use yellow and white. So I'll put that aside. I'm just going to use a little bit of white. So I did have another bag of sodium dioxide that is oil soluble. So I will continue to use that until I get to my one bag of water soluble. So typically, to disperse this, you should use a little bit of your oil. Say for instance you didn't mix this up yet, you can use a little bit of the oil that you have there and put it in a beaker or whatever you have that you mix your colors in. Add some of this and then continue to stir it until you don't see any lumps or streaks. I'm okay with just adding it in here now, but when I get to my water soluble one, I will have to make sure that I disperse it before, because you don't want to add any extra water, as I explained before, because you don't want to get any glycerin rivers. I don't have any soaps that have glycerin rivers now, and it can happen from time to time, but it's just like little marks in the soap that looks like little water or little see-through patches. If it does happen to me again, which I hope it doesn't, but if it does, then I will show you. I remember to show you what it looks like. So I'm just going to add a little bit of white here. To this one, I will add my favorite yellow. So this, as I mentioned, is Buttercup Yellow Mica, and it is from Voyager. Okay, so I'll stir these in. And at least it is still fluid. I think what kind of throws me off when I soak at like a higher temperature is that it gets starts to accelerate quickly. That's just me. If yours don't do that, kudos to you. So I'll just go ahead and mix the colors. This won't get colors, but I will still mix this because I will be using the poppy seeds here. So I will just go ahead at the same time and add my fragrance. My fragrance is Myers Lemon. And I will also mix this, but I'll add the poppy seeds right now. So poppy seeds are great exfoliant. They're really fine. I also add some of these to my scrubs, depend on which one I'm making. Okay, so it does look like if it's turning that yellow, but that's okay. I realized before it kind of brightened up later, so I'm hoping the same thing goes here. If not, it's okay. Lemons are yellow, so that's not a problem. So I'm gonna do in the pot swirl for this one. Okay, so I'm just gonna tap this. Okay, so this is still a bit liquidy, so I'm just going to wait a couple minutes Yeah, I can wait a couple minutes, and then I'm just gonna make like a little pattern in the bottom. Okay, so now I'm gonna pour this on. All right, let's scrape everything out. And I'll just use the yellow on top, put a few splotches. And I'll just use my tool here just to make a few little swirls. Okay, and as usual, right, and there you go. So we'll be back in 24 hours to cut this. So we are going to cut our lemon poppy seed soup right now, but let me give you a rendition of my cutter. I hope you got that. All jokes aside, today we will be cutting our lemon poppy seed soap. So I didn't get too much soda ash. This color was already the color of the soap itself, so hopefully the bottom comes out really well. For this, what you can actually do, because of the poppy seeds, you can turn it on a side. On its side, we would say on a side in Barbados. It doesn't matter. And then what you will do is try to get as close as possible to the end. And this is because with the poppy seeds, because it is some exfoliant, it might end up going down in the bottom. Oh, that's actually pretty nice. Let me get my tray. These trays I bought from the dollar store. And you might see on my site now, so I do have samples where you can buy like a sample set. It's already pre-packaged and it comes with like 4 different fragrances. There are small samples, they're not the large ones, but maybe I'll start doing some of the large ones as well. And I like the natural color of the soap here. And you can see there are some air bubbles. So this usually comes when you are mixing your soap. So there are a couple things that you can do. Make sure and burp your mixer. And this is just tapping it, letting the air come out. Don't over mix too much. Try to use your spatula when you have a chance. Don't always use the immersion blender. Stuff like that will help for you to be able to get rid of those bubbles. Another thing you can do when you're pouring your oils in, you can either decide that you're going to pour the oil on the spatula so that it runs down the spatula, and this will help to lessen the bubbles that are created when you are pouring it in. So I hope that helps. And again, this is our lemon poppy seed soap. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye for now.